A few weeks back, I made this video to talk about how a Scrum Master serves the product owner. This video did really well. So well that you requested a part 2. And this is exactly what we'll do today. I will talk about the rest of the ways a Scrum Master can help a product owner, can support a product owner, can serve a product owner. And most importantly, I'm also going to talk about the big mistake, huge mistake that I see so many Scrum Masters and organizations doing when they try to support the product owner. This is a deal breaker. Let's start by going through the Scrum Guide, the latest version of the Scrum Guide 2020. The Scrum Master serves the product owner in several ways, including helping find techniques for effective product goal definition and product backlog management, helping the Scrum team understand the need for clear and concise product backlog items, helping establish empirical product planning for a complex environment, and facilitating stakeholder collaboration as requested or needed. We already covered the first part a few weeks back, helping the product owner find techniques for effective product goal definition and product backlog management. You can watch this video here for more details. The second item, helping the team, the Scrum team, understand the need for clear and concise product backlog items. First, why do we need clear and concise product backlog items? Quite simple, to ensure that the development team knows exactly what to build. That's why we use the definition of ready, a list of criteria that need to be met prior to taking a product backlog item into the sprint by the development team. The development team decides all these criteria. Together, the team decides what criteria need to be met for the definition of ready, what criteria need to be met for a product backlog item to be taken up in the sprint. Usually, all the requirements needed, all the criteria needed to know exactly what to do so that we can start development. Extremely important, so the product owner, the team, the Scrum Master work together to make the team understand why there's a need for clear and concise product backlog items. The team needs this. The team needs this in order to start development, and the product owner should be able to provide clear and concise product backlog item. The team also needs to decide how we'll know, how we'll work together, what will we do to ensure that this guideline is respected throughout the sprint, consistently respected throughout the sprints. The third item is helping the product owner establish empirical product planning in complex environments. In Scrum, an empirical process is implemented where progress is defined based on observations, on experimentations, instead of detailed upfront planning and clearly defined, detailed processes. In short, the Scrum Master should help the product owner understand why we need to plan work based on observation, based on experimentation, and this is what Scrum is all about. Remember how we do planning in Scrum. We work in sprints. We estimate in story reports or any kind of measure of work. We have velocity, continuous improvement, this mentality, this mindset of continuous improvement. We release minimum valuable products, MVPs. There's incremental releases each and every sprint. This is what Scrum is all about, and this is what the empirical process is all about. The fourth item is facilitating stakeholder collaboration as requested or needed. Facilitating simply means making an action or process easier. The product owner will be in constant communication with stakeholders, and sometimes stakeholders, upper management, middle management, sponsors can be difficult. They can pressure the product owner, which subsequently will pressure the team. That's a bad working environment. The Scrum Master should help the product owner understand what we are trying to achieve with Scrum, with Agile, assist meetings, facilitate meetings with the product owner, with stakeholders, so that they understand together what we are trying to achieve. That's a way of doing it. What I like doing, though, is coaching and teaching the product owner how to do that themselves. Making sure that the product owner understands how we do planning, what Scrum, what Agile is all about. Once the product owner understands that, they can easily influence, persuade stakeholders, management, themselves. That's the goal of a Scrum Master. Teaching, coaching the product owner in improving the skill of persuasion, of influence, Agile, Scrum is easy to understand. It just makes sense if you can explain it in simple terms. And that's how I like to handle or coach the product owner on how to handle difficult stakeholders. Sometimes you just need to explain Agile with some simple examples, Scrum with some simple examples, so that difficult stakeholders understand and they can leave you alone to work. They can trust the team. Now that we have the boring stuff out of the way, let's talk about a huge problem that I see organizations, Scrum Masters doing when supporting product owners. Many people believe that Scrum Masters should be coaching the product owner on product management. 5 companies I recently worked with asked me to coach Scrum Masters, which is okay, that's my job, but they also requested that I coach product owners on product management and how to deliver more value. There's a problem with that. Product owners are expected to be product management experts. Yeah, Scrum has little to say about product management, except that all the responsibilities of product management rest on the shoulders of a product owner. Yeah, product owners are supposed to be experts at that. And you're expecting me, a Scrum Master, to coach someone who is expected to be a product management expert. I should be coaching them on product management. I don't think so. I'm a Scrum Master, an Agile coach. I'm an expert at Agile, an expert at Scrum, not product management. And this is coming from someone who actually builds products, services, programs, courses, coaching that I sell. A thing, something that 99.9% of Scrum Masters and Agile coaches don't do. And I'm nowhere near being a product management expert, even though I sell stuff, something that 99.9% of Scrum Masters and Agile coaches don't do. And still, organizations have this misguided belief that a Scrum Master and Agile coach should be coaching an expert at product management. They should be coaching this person, the product owner, at product management. It's nonsense. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Let's take an example of a developer. Imagine an organization expecting that Scrum Masters teach coding skills to developers. How to improve. Teach them how to improve their coding skills. Obviously, organizations don't do that. They don't do that because it's not expected that a Scrum Master should know, should have even coding skills, should be an expert at coding. Obviously. But what's the difference? Why is the Scrum Master expected to be an expert at product management? Nonsense. Nonsense. The Scrum Master should help, serve, support the product owner based on what is mentioned in the Scrum Guide. That's it. But that's only a small, tiny percentage of what a product owner should be doing. In my experience, the Scrum framework forms around 10%, 20% maybe of a product owner's real job. What a product owner does outside of a sprint, something not mentioned in the Scrum Guide, even the latest version. This is where the real value is. This is where we know how to build the right thing. The product owner knows that. 80% of his job, not mentioned in the Scrum Guide. And for a product owner to be an expert at product management, it's not that simple. You need to be in the trenches. You need to actually start building products and services. You've been doing that for years. Then you become an expert. You can't just take a product owner, someone who knows the business well, doesn't know how to build products, and you put them here as a product owner, and you expect that they are an expert, or you expect that a Scrum Master coaches them on how to be an expert. Nonsense. Nonsense. A cool way of doing it, how to handle the situation if I was an organization, would be hiring a product management expert to coach the product owner, if ever the product owners are not experts in this subject. A product management expert actually in the trenches, actually building products, knows exactly what to build, how to build it, and has experience, years of experience. So if you have the same problem in your organization, request that your organization hire an expert at product management to coach for product owners. Scrum is not enough. A Scrum Master can know Scrum, teach Scrum, ensure that everyone is following all the practices, the framework perfectly. But if a product owner doesn't know or is not an expert at product management, you will fail at delivering high quality, high value products. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.